Coming up in this video, the basic Taekwondo blocking and attacking tools using parts of the hand. In this video, I'll show you some basic blocking and attacking tools using parts of the hand and arm, practiced by beginners from 10th cup to 1st cup, and the more advanced tools practiced by black belts will be shown to you in a follow-up video. As a Taekwondo student, it's important for you to know how to form your tools properly, to make the tool rigid so that when you make impact on the target, there is a good transfer of energy to maximize the power of the technique, and also how to align the tool so that you make contact with the correct part of the tool on the target. One of the first tools you learn as a beginner in Taekwondo is the 4-fist, up jumok. This is mainly used for punching, although there is a block that uses 4-fist called the 4-fist pressing block. Now, to form a 4-fist properly, start with your hand open, curl the fingers very tightly, start pressing your little finger towards your palm and work across the other fingers doing the same. Finally, curl your thumb over your forefinger so that it ends up under your fist. The contact area is your first two knuckles, so avoid bending the wrist back or forward and avoid bending the wrist outward or inward. The forearm should form a straight line to the midpoint between your first two knuckles. Here are some examples of techniques using 4-fist. Another tool that can be used is the back fist, dong jumok. The fist is formed in the same way as the 4-fist, but the contact is made with the back of the first two knuckles. Now, this can only be used for strikes, and it's a very versatile tool because it can be used for strikes to many different directions, such as to the front, to the side front, to the side back, and also downwards. Here are some examples. Yet another part of the fist is the side fist, yok jumok. This is mainly used for strikes, and the striking action is similar to that of using a hammer. But occasionally the side fist is used for blocks as well, but this is very rare. Here are some examples of side fist strikes. There is a particular blocking tool that uses both fists with the arms crossed at the wrists. It's called the X fist, kyocha jumok. The part you block with is either the front of the X fist or the top of the X fist, depending on which block you're doing. Here are some examples. The knife hand, songkal. This is a very versatile tool because it can be used for many kinds of blocks and many kinds of strikes. To form the knife hand properly, start with your hand open, then squeeze your fingers together and curl them very slightly. Then pull your thumb back as much as you can, but leave a gap between your thumb and your forefinger, and the gap should be big enough to just slot your finger inside. This will help to keep the whole hand rigid, and the contact area is the side of the hand. Here are some examples of blocks and strikes using the knife hand. The X knife hand is formed with two knife hands, and like the X fist, it's crossed at the wrists. The blocking area is either the front of the X knife hand or the top of the X knife hand. Its uses are very similar to that of X fist, but it has the extra advantage of being able to grab the opponent's attacking limb straight after the block. Here are some examples. The reverse knife hand, songkal-dong. Like the knife hand, it's used for strikes and blocks, but the contact area is on the opposite side of the hand. So you've got to tuck the thumb underneath the palm so it's out of the way when you block or strike. Here are some examples. Fingertip, songkut, is only used for thrusting techniques. It is formed in a similar way to knife hand, except that the middle finger is pulled back so that the first three fingers are aligned, and this is the contact area for the fingertip. Now we name the tool differently depending on the orientation of the hand. When the palm faces downwards, we call it a flat fingertip, open songkut. When the palm faces to the side, we call it a straight fingertip, sun songkut. And when the palm faces up, we call it an upset fingertip, Dwijiban songkut. Here are the examples. Inner forearm, unpalmok, and outer forearm, bakat palmok, are only used for blocking techniques. Now only the first third of the forearm, measured from the wrist, is used for blocking. Here are some examples of inner and outer forearm blocks. Palm, sambadak, is mainly used as a blocking tool, but in rare cases it can also be used as an attacking tool. To form the palm, you need to curl all the fingers slightly. This is to keep the hand rigid. The thumb is also slightly bent, but nowhere near as much as with knife hand. The blocking area is the palm and not the fingers. Here are some techniques using the palm. The elbow, palkup, is used with strikes and thrusts, but in one case it can also be used as a blocking tool as well. To form the elbow, you need to bend the arm sharply. The contact area is the front of the elbow when used with strikes, and the back of the elbow, which is more pointed when used with thrusts. Now, as with fingertip, the name of the tool depends on the orientation of the arm. So with strikes, we can use front elbow, up palkup, high elbow, napun palkup, and upper elbow, ui palkup. And for thrusts, we can use side elbow, yok palkup, back elbow, dwit palkup, and straight elbow, sun palkup. But with straight elbow, that can be used as a downward block as well as a downward thrust. Here are some examples. And these are the basic tools using hand parts that a colour belt grade should know. Please check out my other videos, one showing the foot parts used for kicks and the other one showing other hand parts used for more advanced techniques practiced by black belts. But don't go yet, watch these two clips which demonstrate the importance of forming your attacking tool correctly. In the first example, the attacking tool was incorrectly formed, causing injury to the attacker. But in the second example, the attacking tool was correctly formed, which demonstrates the devastating effect it has on the opponent. Thanks for watching.